What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. Just break even. Or are you looking to make some profits? Or do you just want to sell at a loss? Listening and reading a lot of comments, listening to a lot of people. I mean, people are moving in so many different directions. But like I always say, everybody is the CEO of their own portfolio. So everybody's moving different, and you can best believe everybody is scattering all over the place. Why? Because there's so much fear in the market. There's so much uncertainty in the market. Nobody really trusts what the heck that the next day is going to deliver. Quarter 4, you can see how that panned out for us. Not too well. Even though we're still in December, we still got a chance to see a relief rally. Maybe, maybe not, but who knows? Because there's so much uncertainty in the market. If you take a look at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin's $90,000. That seems to be the level of support that it has been holding. When you see the trends, you see these movements, it seems like it's just trading sideways, holding that support. Will it break above 90K or will it break below $90,000? Who knows? But that is what we're eyeing right now. Bitcoin dominance still holding strong like it has been. Has not been any change in the Bitcoin dominance for the most part. Fear and greed index 26 today. A few days ago it was 30, so that is even kind of holding steady for the most part. Ethereum $3,114 with a dominance of 12.23%. Hopefully it can stay in the 12% range for the Ethereum dominance. But just very interesting to watch the market sentiment. Take a look at the market sentiment. One of the folks say, you know what, coach, I'll just be cool if I just break even. That's been one of the things that has really been mind boggling, especially in cryptocurrency. We're all in cryptocurrency so we can make multipliers. I gotta watch what I say because YouTube be on me. Let me go ahead and get this out the way. This is not financial advice. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell any crypto. This video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before investing into anything, please consult with a professional financial advisor. The market sentiment is all over. People are confused, not knowing what to do, which direction to go in. People are scattering like wildfires out there. Some people going to the left, some going to the right. It is just a lot of uncertainty out there in the market. Some folks say, you know what, I just want to break even. I said, wow, never heard that before. Any cycle that somebody wanted to just break even because 2025, the direction that 2025 went in. People say, you know what, all bets are off. No longer am I going to stick around. No longer am I even expecting to make a profit. Wow. Unbelievable switch and shift that we're in this cycle. We always talk about how this cycle has shifted. This cycle is completely changed. Matter of fact, this cycle is probably broken. For 2025, the altcoins to be looking like it has been doing nothing but sitting in the bear market, I would say that the cycle is broken. But when you take a look at Bitcoin, the Bitcoin movement, the Bitcoin cycle seems to be on par for the most part. We hit a top October 2025, 125K. I think that was fairly decent. That was even some people projections from last year. They say, you know what, the top will probably be 125, 130. Well, they hit 125. So you can't complain as far as how and what Bitcoin did, but the altcoins is the issue. That is what a lot of folks have an issue with. So when you take a look at the psychology chart of investing, you take a look at anger. Anger says when people start saying, who shorted the market? Why did the market go down? Who shorted it? People start to say, why did the government allow this to happen? Did we hear that on 10/10/2025 when we saw the Friday night flash crash, October 10th? People were talking about market manipulation. People were talking about the governments getting involved, and people were talking about the market getting shorted. So that is the section of anger. And when you look at the placement where anger is, that's at the bottom of the cycle. Are we at the bottom right now? Well, we know anger is one of the real sentiments that is looming around the cryptocurrency market as of right now. Also, take a look at the other sentiment, disbelief. Disbelief says this rally will fall like the others. People don't believe that we're going to recover. If we do see a little bit of a relief rally, they say, you know what, this is not going to hold up. It's going to fall just like the others. I see a lot of people say it'll probably hit 101, $102,000, then it's going to get rejected and fall like the others. So that's disbelief. And that is also right there at the bottom of the psychology chart as far as the bottom of the market. Take a look at hope. Hope is one step above disbelief. What does hope say? Hope say a recovery is possible. You also got folks out there that say, you know what, a recovery is possible. Some people are talking about a recovery. If it don't happen in December 2025, they say, you know what about quarter one 2026? Possible that we can start to see that recovery. They say, you know what, if quarter four 2025 gets completely shut out, all 3 months red, then we'll probably see an awesome recovery in quarter one 2026. That is hope. And hope is also right there near the bottom. So when you take a look at the various sentiments, when you look at the psychology of the market cycle, look at where we are in this particular cycle. Seem like we're right there down towards the bottom. Take a look at the fear and greed index. About 2 weeks ago, we were at extreme fear. I'm talking about a 9 or 10 was registering on the fear and greed index indicator. That right there shows that we're at the bottom, somewhere near the bottom of the cycle. Always smack dead at the bottom, who knows? But we're right somewhere near the bottom based upon the market sentiments, based upon the fear and greed index. So, read another comment. He say, man, if you just want to break even, was it really worth all the turmoil? Was it really worth all of the struggle that we had to go through? Buying the dips, the emotional toll that it took on everybody. Was it really worth it? You're just going to break even? You don't want to benefit from the struggle. You don't want to benefit from the labor. Some people say, no, I'm cool. Let me just go ahead and break even because it's too much. But I get it. Everybody is different. Everybody's risk tolerance is different from each other. So that makes sense. But also, you take a look, you say, you know what? If we're going through this volatility, and right now it's very volatile, you look at this thing like a doggone amusement park ride. You say, you know what? When you're on that roller coaster, when it start to get rough, when it start to get real volatile, you want to have your seatbelt on. You want to have it on real tight because you really don't want to fly out that doggone ride. You want to make sure that seatbelt is on extra tight. So during this volatility part, do you exit? Do you want to get out right now while the roller coaster is moving erratically, while the roller coaster is moving in such a volatile level, such a volatile range? Or do you want to strap up real tight and make sure you don't get tossed out? Do you want to super protect yourself? Folks are dollar cost averaging there right now, super protecting themselves. So it's a few different ways you can take a look at it. Then you can also take a look, you say, you know what? If we are at the bottom, what is going to happen in the long run when we do have another blow off top? You've seen people talking about, you know what, Bitcoin probably hit $1 million, 900,000, $800,000. Will it be next cycle? 2026 is a few weeks away. The next Bitcoin halving is 2028. You can look at the charts from year to year, from cycle to cycle, from halving to halving, and you can see the levels, how Bitcoin has always scaled up. What will altcoins do? Because altcoins are the issue. Altcoins is one of the things that people are starting to question, starting to double question. Should I only be in Bitcoin? Or should I still have some skin in the game in some of the altcoins? You take a look, you say, you know what? I think a lot of people believe that Bitcoin will one day hit $1 million. When Bitcoin hit $900,000, say it'll probably get rejected before it hit $1 million. Bitcoin hit $900,000, $800,000. That's like an 8x from where it's at right now, a 9x, 10x from where it's at right now. Will that be in 2028? Will it be able to 10x in 2028? Or will it be 2030? 4 years from now. We're almost at 2026. 4 years, 2026 to 2030, 5 years. Time goes by very quick. If we can see a $800,000 Bitcoin, 2026, for 5 years after that, the next Bitcoin happened 2028, even if we got to wait to 2030, 2031. I'm imagining how will the altcoins look whenever Bitcoin hits $900,000. How will Ethereum be looking? Ethereum right now is $3,000. Is it possible to see a $28,000 Ethereum as Bitcoin hits 900K, get close to $1 million? That means Ethereum would be close to doing a 10x. What will XRP be looking like? XRP just dipped below $2 a few days ago. Will XRP be near $25, $30? You're talking about 10 or 15x for XRP. Do you have enough time? Do you have enough patience to allow these things to transpire? Patience is very important. You can go back, look at the previous cycles, look at the price that altcoins were. Look at this cycle, you say, damn, if I would have been buying in 2028, if I would have been buying in 2026, had patience to hold 2 cycles, 8 years, something like that. Solana's what, $130, something like that? Will Solana be near $1,300, $1,500 as Bitcoin get closer to a $1 million mark? Do you have time to hold? Do you have patience to hold and allow some of these coins to get close to doing an 8x, 10x? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Take a look at your portfolio right now. You say, what if my portfolio did a 10x? What type of numbers will you be at? And that's just what you're holding right now, not including any dollar cost average and any more additional amounts that we're adding into these various plays. So these are some of the things I'm looking at as far as zooming out, having a macro picture, especially comparing things and lining things up, how they will be correlating with Bitcoin. A lot of people think almost 100% guaranteed Bitcoin is going to get close to $1 million. When that's going to happen, nobody knows. Being diversified is very important. Yeah, I got some Bitcoin, I got some Ethereum, XRP, etc. Some may do a 3x, some may do a 5x, 10x, so forth and so on. But do I have enough patience to wait? What is my risk tolerance like? Yeah, we always talk about how this market is so volatile. And for all we know, this doggone thing could go to zero. Am I okay with that? One of the things you want to make sure that you're doing is not running yourself so thin to where you are investing more than you willing to lose. You want to make sure that you got your emergency funds straight. Make sure you got your other traditional investments lined up. Roof over your head, family, everything straight. You got a little extra, cool. But don't run yourself too thin to where you're stressing yourself out. Crying over this, crying over that. You have to understand all this stuff could go to zero. We got to be cool with that. But at the same time, there's an opposite, there's a reverse to that, because we've seen folks become, I got to watch what I say on YouTube, I can't even say it, but we've seen how folks went from nothing to something investing into cryptocurrency. So that's the other side, that's the flip side, and that is why we're all into cryptocurrency, so we can make what we were expecting, the exponential gains. Maybe I could say that and they won't give me a strike, but sometimes you just have to let these things play out. Really have to put these things in proper perspective, taking a look at the market sentiment, seeing where the investors, especially the retail investors, how they're feeling, what type of moves they're making. Take a look at the whales. Take a look at the institutions. What are they doing? Are they buying right now? Where will they declare is the bottom? Because they are the dictators. They will set the levels to where the bottom is. Once they decide where the bottom is going to be, then they will start buying in heavy. Once they start buying in heavy, guess what the price is going to do? The price is going to go up. Guess who's going to be buying? Those who are selling right now. Those who are selling low will be start back buying when the price go up. And that is the opposite of what you want to do. You do not want to sell low and buy high. But that's the easy way. That's the most comfortable way to do. When the market get to tanking, natural instincts, let me sell. When the market get excited, prices start to go back up, natural instinct says, let me buy it right now, which is the opposite of what we should traditionally be doing. So continue to watch, continue to pay attention to this doggone market because it is a ever moving, ever changing market. What is going to be happening at the last couple of weeks of 2025? How will December end up playing out? Will we have that Santa Claus rally? Is the question that is looming over the entire market. How will 2026 come into play? That's the excitement. That's what I'm excited about as I kick back in the backyard in my happy space, kicking back, not stressing over nothing. It is what it is. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but we have to plan. We have to kind of have a strategy for what is to occur in the near future. So come on over there, join us in the Patreon. We would love to see you over there. We have a great cryptocurrency community. But like I say, I just continue to come to you guys every day just to continue to give you that good encouragement. Coming to you guys every day to give you that good motivation. And that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday, and I'm out.